Folks, we have breaking news. Officials have confirmed that millions of people are underestimating. We have breaking news. Officials have confirmed that millions of Americans are underestimating their benefits by $5,000. Many seniors and retirees are also surprised to find out their biggest checks could actually cost them money in retirement. Now, it's important info for recipients to make sure that you understand all about Social Security. In this video, I'll be explaining what Joe Biden's going to do for the fourth stimulus check in 2023 and also for increasing the Social Security benefits this year as well. Now, many retirees have just received a Social Security retirement payment for June today, and that's worth around $4,500. The payment is for recipients born between the 11th and 20th of the month. The monthly payments are dispersed on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th Wednesdays of the month as well. Many older Americans are often surprised when they receive the first Social Security check, and according to a new study from the Bureau of Economics, people tend to underestimate the amount of the future benefits and wind up receiving more than they expected. But while more money is always welcome, any incorrect assessment of Social Security can throw a wrench in retirement planning and lead to unwelcome surprises. The study found that older adults tend to accurately assess the age that they will claim Social Security, but lowball the benefit amount that they anticipate receiving. The average person underestimates their benefit amount by $1,900, an 11% miscalculation relative to the average benefit received. Winding up with a bigger check is actually not ideal. One danger of lowballing your benefits is that a huge Social Security payment can actually increase your taxable income and actually cost you money in retirement. But there is another immediate risk to consider. The SSI reduces benefits by 5.9% every month, and until you claim your full retirement age, you won't be getting it. But if that same recipient waited to claim until age 70 to get the checks, they'd receive 124% of their benefit amount. Folks, you have to know that Social Security is not meant to be your only source of income when you retire, or even your biggest source of income as well. But if you're forced to work over a piece of your maximum earnings in the form of Social Security taxes, you may as well maximize the eventual Social Security benefit. The maximum Social Security check anyone can receive right now is $4,500. Social Security retirement benefits are determined by a mix of factors, including your age, how much you've worked, and of course, how much you earned during your years. In all three cases, more leads to bigger monthly payments, and the good news is that there are limits to how much your income is counted and taxed toward your eventual monthly benefit. As it stands now, the SSA stops taking out Social Security taxes from your paycheck. When doing so, it would no longer add to your future monthly checks. And the bad news is that for 2023, the Social Security Administration still taxes up to $160,000 of your yearly wages. This means about 4/5 of the nation's workers, or the entire income, is subject to Social Security tax. And this wasn't always a number. Last year's figure was $147,000. The year before that, it was $142,000. But people are finding progressive ways to tax the rich, and eliminating or lifting the tax cap will actually stabilize the trust fund by providing more revenue to the program. Lawmakers are proposing changes that includes both getting rid of the tax cap and other changes to address the funding challenge.
Democrats controlled the House. We passed bills that gave people the freedom to get the health care they need by expanding coverage and lowering costs. Now, this majority is pushing bills that continue to take away the right to health care, including gender-affirming care and abortion, while doing absolutely nothing to lower costs for patients. Secretary Becerra, my Republican colleagues have proposed federal bans on gender-affirming care, and more than 19 states have passed bills restricting care. What do medical experts say about the importance?
In 2021, that's for people 6 to 17 years old, and half of their credit was given in advance, plus in monthly payments to the families to help others throughout the year, and the other half was given as part of a household's tax refund. The household with pretty much no or low income was able to receive it for the first time. And though it can take years for the policy to have the tangible effects, the impact of the credit was pretty much very noticeable, very fast. And so I believe it's pretty much right for Joe Biden to send out another one. Don't you guys agree? Parents reported using the advance payments for household essentials like groceries, clothing, schools, and utilities. And despite worries from conservatives, researchers found no evidence that the policy discouraged people from going back to work. Instead, it probably motivated people to get back to work. The Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, everybody, said the success of the 2021 expansion showed us that child poverty rates are a policy choice, not inevitable. And Congress failed to renew the expansion in 2021, reverting the credit back to its former, less generous iteration. It's one of the reasons that families could see smaller tax refunds this year when they file their returns. because some tax credits have already implemented their own version of a child tax credit last year to make up for the difference. Still, without this expansion, everybody, millions of people fell back into poverty at the beginning of last year. It made many people broke, and it hurt so many households. But folks, here's a solution to this. One of the biggest sticking points is whether or not the expanded child tax credit has a work requirement attached to it. Because if it does, that could be beneficial to the ones that need it the most, and the ones that need stimulus fast. Opponents believe there should be some sort of work requirement, but everybody, here's what I'm saying about this. A ton of news about the fourth stimulus check, a ton of news about stimulus payments, a ton of news is here for you on stimulus checks. Joe Biden can do something about this. First of all, let's get into the most important news. It's that Social Security benefits, no matter what, play a major role for your retirement and for the older Americans especially. Now, there could be big changes on the horizon. Social Security is facing a shortfall. A shortfall that could be catastrophic, that is. The program is paying out more in benefits than it's receiving from taxes. If lawmakers don't find a solution soon, things could get nasty. There are several proposals on the table. Social Security benefits are funded primarily through payroll taxes. Workers pay into the program now, and the most of the money is paid out to the retirees. So let's not forget about that right now, though. These taxes are not even enough to pay out benefits in full. Just to cover Social Security, it has been dipping into its trust funds.
We'll have to start thinking about, at least, the looming debt limit deadline. Democrats' message: political brinksmanship could drive up costs for ordinary households. A recent analysis by the center-left think tank Third Way estimated that an actual default could result in the loss of 3 million jobs, a $20,000 drop in the average retirement savings, and a $130,000 increase in the cost of a mortgage. And Republicans argue this is all fear-mongering. House Budget Committee Chairman Jody Arrington tweeted, "Democrats and Republicans must seize this opportunity to rein in unsustainable spending and reorient the nation's fiscal trajectory before it is too late." Now, top Senate Republican Mitch McConnell was confident yesterday that the country would not face a financial crisis.
In the end, I think the important thing to remember is that America must never default on its debt. It never has and never will. But we'll end up in some kind of negotiation with the administration over what.
So both Democratic and Republican lawmakers, everybody, are negotiating on Americans receiving universal basic
stimulus check, which he decided to donate to the food bank. He created this fundraising page on the organization's website.
I know there are other people out there that got this money that they realize they don't really need to survive, that might be willing to do something similar.
Hatcher is.
I've not met a cop who likes a bad cop. There's bad in everything. There's lousy senators, there's lousy presidents, there's lousy doctors, there's lousy lawyers. No, I'm serious.